Hi everybody, it's Jennifer with creativecricketdesigns.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Sure Cuts a Lot 2.0 program. And since I'm new to the Scraptastical Kreations design team, I'm going to show you it from her website. So what you're going to go and do is you're going to find an SVG file that you like. And just to show you, she has quite a few, but I'm going to go ahead and use one that I know that she has that I'm actually going to be working with, doing a layout. So I'm just going to put in the title that I want. So this is the file that I'm going to be creating with. And I'm going to zoom in here. And you'll see what it looks like. So then what you would do is you would click on it, you would pay for it, and then usually once you pay for it through PayPal or whatever, you're going to get a screen where it's going to have you download it. So once you pay for something and you get it, don't leave the website because it's probably going to redirect you to download that file. Okay, so there's the file that I want, and now I'm going to be in my Sure Cuts a Lot program, and I'm going to back you up and try to get this the best that I can so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to try to get you the best angle that I can with what I'm doing. So then here's my program. Here's where I'm going to go to get my very first SVG file, or any of your SVG files for that matter. So I'm going to go to the Scraptastical Kreations folder for design team, and I'm going to go to the Oh Holy Night, and here are the files. It's the Caroler 1, Caroler 2, Caroler 3, the title, the tree post, and the lamp. So first you want to get your Caroler 1, and it's a SVG file. Here's what it's going to look like. So you'll select open, and then I usually get new tabs for each one. So they're all on separate pages. Then I'm going to go back to my Oh Holy Night folder, grab the Caroler 2, and I'm going to keep going until I have all of the files that I want. And then most files will usually include a JPEG file of it so that you can see what it looks like as you're going. What I usually do is I just print out whatever file it is and then work from there. Like for example, for the Oh Holy Night, I just print it out right here using my computer, printed it on a piece of paper, I folded it in half. The 80% is because I opened it at 80% instead of 100%. So to do that, okay, I've got all my files, everything. Oh, nope, I need one more. I need the trees. Tree and light post, SVG. Okay? So to open it at 80%, you can do it one of two ways. You can go up here to the object, transform, scale, and then where it says dimensions, click on that box, hit percentage, and then do 80, tab 80, and then I hit OK, and it shrinks it down to 80%. So the way to explain this is that if you were to take this image of the first caroler, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to ungroup it. That way I can move stuff around. And the way that she has things, I've noticed, is that even when you ungroup it, these are all going to be in one color. These are going to be in another color. These are going to be in another color, like you would cut these in cream. This would be red or green. This is her hair, so brown or black or blonde, you know, and so forth, which is nice because then you don't have to figure it all out. Because when I do my creating, I separate everything by color. So I will take all of their faces and put them on one page and cut them all in cream. I will take all of their outfits that are going to be in red, cut them in red. All of the rest of the outfits in green, cut them in green. Or whatever color combinations I'm using, I always separate everything out by each SVG file. And then what I do is I go in and I color coordinate it. So I want everything that's going to be cut in this color on this page because it makes it easier. And then I have all my images cut out and I just put them all together instead of cutting one character by one character. So I'm going to cut all the carolers out at once and then just piece them together. So now I have to try to figure out what I was trying to explain to you. Oh, okay, so if you have your caroler, which she's going to have her little hair is going to be like this. I'm going to break this apart actually again. Bring down her little pony. Her shirt, I'm going to break that apart. Ungroup. Her shirt is going to be like this. Her arms are going to be like so. Her little head earmuffs and whatnot. Her pants, like so. Hold on a second here. Her pants are going to be about there. Her shoes to the bottom. And then this is her face. Like these will be cut in black. These will be cut in white. These are the earmuffs, but we're not going to work with any of this right now. I'm just going to try to explain the whole 80% and all that. Okay. Okay. So now, if I look at my file right here, and it's all, once it's put together, it's going to be about 6.5 inches tall. Well, I don't want my caroler to be bigger than, say, my card. If you're going to create a card, you would want your caroler to be about 4 inches, maybe 3.5 inches to fit on your card base if you're doing a portrait size. So then what you would do is you would get your whole entire file, highlight the whole thing, right-click, transform, scale, go down to percentage, and we'll probably do 60%. Now, I don't know what this is going to look like because I've never done it. There we go. So now you have your image. Okay. Now she's going to be about 4 inches tall. So that is how you're going to want to go in and shrink your items to fit your needs. If you were to go through every single item, right-click it, scale it, and change your dimensions, you're never going to get it proportionate to where it's supposed to be. So, like your Cricut, when you have the true size or real dial size, you want to make sure that you have it on the relative dial size so that everything is cut proportionate. Otherwise, you're going to have your hands or your head bigger than your body or your pants bigger than your body. And this is just the easiest way to scale it. It's just bring it in at a percentage either lower or bigger than what the average file is at. So that is how I do everything, and then I would just go in here, rename all these files, double click it, change it to caroler, caroler 1, caroler 2, and so on, and then I would say, okay, I want all of my heads on this page, and you can do it where they're, you can do like all red in this block, all green in this block, and then down here and down here, over here. You can do it however you want, but this is the way that I do my files when I'm doing paper piercings. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this layout together. Okay, so then for my layout, this is the paper pack that I decided to use. This is the Die Cuts with a View Winter Magic Stack. And I just go ahead and I have a piece of white cardstock that's 12 by 12, and I'm going to go ahead and just layer this on top of it. Hopefully I can get it even. Okay. I'm just kind of lining it up. Like so, and then I have my little snow, my fake little snow, which I've been on a kick doing this lately. On this one I did go ahead and ink with a darker blue at the top. Okay, so here's my snow that I created for my little back, my little whatever. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my layout together. So we have the carolers, 2 girls and a boy. And they're going to go like this on the layout. Here's the light pole, light post, lamp post, light post. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna hide it in here. Like so. That'll be cute. Okay, and then here's the trees that are probably gonna go right about there. So let's get some of this adhered. And then I have a photo mat, which I have for a 4x6 picture. It's actually a little bit bigger. The white mat is 4.5 by 6.5, and the same mat right here is cut down to 4.25 by 6.25. And then what you would want to do is probably put a longer picture that's maybe 3 inches so that you don't lose your Martha Stewart punch for the icicles. So that is going to go about in the center of my page. And I'm actually going to use this layout for my daughter who had her first kindergarten singing program. So I'm going to put a picture of her on this layout. Hello! And I'm just kind of lining it up with the girl or the people on the bottom. Like so. And then we have our title and our little music notes that we're going to go ahead and get adhered as well, and then we'll be done. You can do them in whatever order you want or dress them however you'd like. You know, when you're working with the SVG file, same as with your Cricut, it doesn't have to be in the color that it's designed in or that it shows you. You know, you can change it up however you like. And I just like being able to use SVG files because, well, let's say this one is $10. You know, you'd have to probably get a whole entire cartridge for $40, you know, to get this image. So, I'm still going to use my Cricut. Definitely, because that's my Cricut. That's how I started. And I have I have over 100 cartridges, and I use my expression to cut out my SVG files, so I don't have any plans of getting rid of my Cricut. I'm just kind of experimenting with other options, which I would encourage you to do as well if you're interested. Or you can just use this and find some files. I know there's carolers, I believe, on the Winter Frolic cartridge that you could use to recreate this layout. But I do encourage you to check out the SVG files. And if it's something that you're interested in, and like I've said 100 times, you have to be careful with what program you're using and what cutting machine you're using. Because of the lawsuit with Povocraft, Scal had to change their program, and now is SureCuts-A-Lot 3.0, which does not work with the Cricut. So you would have to use a different machine with the Scal 3.0. You know, the machines I know that work with it, you can use the Silhouette machines. I think there's a Pazzle, like a Black Onyx or something. You can Google it and get that information. But there are other options besides just using your Cricut so that you can get the files if you wanted to do the SVG files, which I've been finding tons of them lately. So if you have any questions, just leave me a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. This is my first completed project for the Scraptastical Kreations design team. And I hope you enjoy my layout, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks, bye.